Hi, my name is Dr. Justine from the Justine Blainey Wellness Center. Today we're going to go over back mobility, how to warm up your back in order to be able to function better, but also to help your lymphatic flow. All right, so I know sometimes you wake up super stiff and we want to be able to increase that ability to move and get ready to go right away. Or you want to be able to increase your lymphatic flow. That is the fluid that surrounds your spinal cord and then surrounds your brain. So as we do these mobilities, that increase your spinal mobility throughout your whole spine, and then that pumps all of the fluid that bathes your spine and nervous system from your brain right down to your spinal cord and back, which is super important. And they have found that that can help children with focus and concentration. It can help all of us with actually feeding your discs. When we move, that feeds all the nutrition to your end plates, which then will help feed your discs, which are your shock absorbers in your joints. So if I were on the end of my bed and I wanted to start off with not purchasing and just warming myself up, I could start just with little movements sitting on this side of my bed, just warming up the spine. And you can start with forwards and backwards. You can go sideways and sideways just for 2 or 3 minutes before you get up and get moving to help pump your spine. Now we're going to go through how to make it a little harder. And so I have a 3-step process here to show you 3 different chairs to make it harder, but also we're going to go through 3 different ways with your arms. So the easiest way is to have a solid chair with armrests and the hands on your knees, and you're going forwards and backwards with little mobilizations. It's almost like a cat-cow movement, mobilizing your sacrum back and forth. As you get better, you can go side to side, and you're moving with, as you get better, more and more movement, increasing what we call the amplitude. So more movement front back, more movement side to side. As you get better from your hands on your lower legs, you can put your hands across your chest, and you can be adding more of your neck. Now your neck is also going into flexion and extension, meaning that means front and back. And then you can also be adding more of your head from side to side. Yes, you can do this. Try this with me. You can do it anywhere, especially if you feel stiff traveling after a long car ride. Guess what? You can do this even in the plane seat, in the car seat. All right? And then to make it harder, and if you're in the plane, you might have to go side to side because you have no room. When you go side to side, get even more movement, getting more flexion, more extension, and you can go upwards to about 30 pumps forwards and sideways, stimulating that lymphatic flow and getting more of a wave happening from your neck all the way down through your spine. As you improve, you can add what's called a wobble cushion and a chair that does not need arms. And this wobble cushion, very inexpensive, you sit on the edge for when you're at your office to force you to sit erect, so that when you're sitting, we want to make sure that we're not sitting like this, losing the curve in our lower back, losing the curve in our neck. We want to make sure that our shoulder is over, our ear is over, our shoulder is over our hip when we're sitting at work. So you can sit on the front edge of it, the front edge of the cushion, or when I'm traveling in plane rides and long car rides, I put in my lower back to support the lordosis, the low back C curve, so that I don't arch and sit back like this or drive like this, losing the normal curve of my lower back. So when I'm sitting on the cushion, I can do the same movements from side to side, the same levels, and then still making it harder, getting a full body motion, and it increases that amplitude even harder, with more amplitude, so making the movement even greater when you're sitting on the wobble cushion. And then the third level is to use what's called a disc chair. This is helping rehab those spinal discs, the shock absorbers if you're prone to sciatica, disc damage, degenerative disc, herniated discs. You can use the wobble cushion or a TheraBall, but this chair, it's slippery. So you can go sideways with the chair again, starting with lower levels, forwards and back, and the actual chair increases now that amplitude even more. We have this chair. You're always welcome to use it at the office. If you have questions about spinal rehab, please contact us. We'd love to set up a spinal rehab session with our exam team and customize it to you. So look forward to seeing you soon. Always here to help you and your family at the Justine Blainey-Broker Center.